Welcome to TechbrothersIT. In this video, we are going to take a look into set operations on arrays in a PySpark. We will be looking into the intersect, union, distinct, flatten, and other functions here. So first of all, let's prepare some sample data and we can test on that one. So here's my data and I have name and then I have array values here. So you see that 1, 2, 3, none mean nulls, and then element is 3. So these are the elements of my array. Then we have second record, third, and fourth records. Here I'm creating a data frame df by saying spark.create data frame and then providing this a sample data, and then using the column names. The column names are name and array. So this one ARR. And here once the data frame is created, I can use a df.show to show you the results. So let's go ahead and execute, and here is my original data frame that we just created. It's a name and array columns, and we have name values and then we have array values in this array column. That's great. Now what we are going to do, we are going to start testing our different functions. So array overlap function, it checks if two arrays have any elements in common. So here I'm creating a new data frame called df overlap equal to df select. So this function, I'm selecting some data from our df data frame that we just created on top. Here I'm selecting name, then I'm selecting array column, and then here I'm using function called arrays overlap. And then I'm comparing the array column from the data frame df, and then here I'm building an array. So that has static values of 3, 4, and 9. Then I'm given this name called alias has overlap. If any of these values like a 3, 4, 5 will match with any of the values in the array, then what's going to happen? Then it's going to show me true, otherwise it's going to show me false. So actually it will show me null in that case if it does not have any overlapping. So see right there we have arrays overlap. Check common elements between array column, and then you check with the 3, 4, and 5. That's our static value for our array that we were comparing. Now if you see here, we have this array ARR value right here, and then 1, 2, 3, null, and 3, and you see that this matches with 3, so it is overlapping, and that's why we have a true value here. Now in the second row, but we can see that we have 3, 4, 5, and then also match or overlap with the 3 here, so we are good, and it's showing me true. Now what we have here, 5, 6, null, 7, and that does not match any elements here. That's why we are seeing a null value here. And now we have null 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3 that matches with actually with one of the value 3, and that's why we are seeing the true value here. So if any element is overlapping with any other element between two arrays, you're going to get a true, otherwise you will get a null value in the overlap column here. Okay, great. Now if we want to say array distinct, so remove duplicates. So let's think about that. Your array has some duplicate elements and we would like to remove them. Here I'm creating a new data frame called df underscore distinct. I'm using an original data frame df and selecting a name out of it, then selecting the column array, and here I'm saying array distinct, and then we are applying our array column, and then alias this as a distinct elements, and then we are going to print or show the contents of df distinct by using show function. Let's execute this query, and what's going to happen, I often say query script whatever because I came with the background of a SQL. So here it is, you have this name column come in, and then you have array. So this is our original array, and here after we applied the distinct function here, array distinct. So you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, null 3. So see that we have a 3 twice here, so right here and right here. So it has removed 2 times 3 and only kept 1 out of it. Now if we will take a look on 3, 4, 5, nothing is really duplicate here, so we are fine here. And we have 5, 6, null, 7, that's also fine, no duplicates elements in this, but here we have duplicate elements, and that's a 2 and 2. Now it will be showing us a null and 2 and the 3. So that's how it will remove the duplicate elements and only keep one copy of that if you will use array distinct function. Now let's go back and take a look on other function here. It's called array intersect. So common elements between two arrays. So think about that, you have two arrays and we want to find the common elements. Now here I'm saying a df intersect, so I'm creating a new data frame and using the old data frame original one that select. So from that data frame df, I'm selecting name, array, and then here I'm applying my function array intersector on which column, on array column, and then against what. So this is my, I'm building an array here with the value 2, 3 and 6. So these LIT mean constant value. So this is a something, if you will take a look, this is something like this. If you will say this will become like this. So 2, 3, 6. Okay, so that's how it will look like. So I'm comparing any values in this column against these values as I'm building this array here. So array function will be used to build this array with these elements that you have provided right here. Okay, now with this function array intersect is gonna go and check if there are any common between this value and this value. Okay, and now we can go ahead and after we finish this the df intersect and then we can go ahead and show you the outcome out of that. So let's execute the script and we are going to see the records. So here it is, array intersect elements common with the 2, 3, 6. That was our second array, and this is our original array in the data frame. So if you compare, you see that 2 and 3 are matching here. So 2 and 3. So you can see right there it is showing us. So it is showing us also distinct. So there are 2 times 3, but it did not show in the here in the intersect twice. And here it is showing you, okay, 3 is matching with 3, so it is showing you right here, and 6 is matching with 6 right here, so it is showing you 6. Then we have 2 and 3, and then that's also we have here, so it is showing you right here. So intersect will show you all those common elements between two arrays. Now let's go ahead and take a look on the next function that we have, array union. Combine arrays and remove duplicates. So that's great if it does combine. That's very helpful. We often come in a situation where we need to combine the elements of 2 arrays. So here I'm saying df underscore union equal to df, that's our original data frame. Select then is used to select the columns. We have name column, we have array column. Then what we need to do, we need to apply the array union. So we will apply this on the array column from the data frame df, and then I'm building an array here, so that has value 4, 5 and 6, and then I alias this as a union, and now I can go ahead and print this by saying df union underscore show. If you see right here what I have done, mostly I have created this as a hard code value. You could have actually another data frame and use it wherever you need it, but I kept it simple, so easy to present to you and show you the concept. But you can do so much and you will depending upon your scenarios. So here it is the union with the 4, 5. This is the array I have, and you can see that we have values here 1, 2, 3, null 3, and then it has we have 4, 5 here. So you can see that it took 1, 2, 3 and null, and then it also took 4, 5 from this array and then combined them. So here we have 3, 4, 5, and then we have 4, 5, 6 here, and it's combined 3, 4, 5, 6. So it union all of the elements from this array and this array. Okay, now if you have 5, 6, 7 and null 7, so it took 5, 6 and then it brought 4 from here, and then 6 actually from the both of them, and they have null, so it union all of them. So you got the idea. So it is going to combine all of the elements from both of the arrays, and those will be distinct. It's not going to have duplicates as well. Okay, so array accept that elements in one array but not in the second array. So here if we want to check if this array has the values but this does not have it, so it's going to show you those values. So here I'm creating a new data frame called df accept, and here I'm using df data frame, that's my original data frame, and selecting the column such as name and array, and here I'm applying the array accept function and on the array column, and then here is the array I'm building. So it is a value 2 and 3 in that array, and we are naming this column as alias as accepted. And now I'm printing this out by using show function df.accept.show. If you go ahead and execute, you're going to get the elements in array ARR but not in the second array. So see right there we have 1, 2, 3 and null, and then again 3, and you see that we have 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 is removed, and now what is left is a 1 and null value. So here we have a 3, 4, 5, and now in this one we have 2 and 3, so it's going to remove the 3, and so left is 4 and 5. So whatever is here in this column but not here, that's what it's going to show you. Okay, so that's how except work. Now if you want to do array compact, remove null values, you can do that as well. And here is, I say, df compact, and I'm using data frame that has original records dot select name array column, then I'm saying array underscore compact, and applying this on this array column, and it's alias that as no nulls. Once I run this one, what's going to happen, if any null values, they will be removed. So let's go ahead and execute, and here you can see that we have original array right here, that's our column that has these values, and you can see there was null value right here, but after we provide a compact array compact, it is removed that null value. So right here as well, the value null value is removed, and the null value is removed from here as well. So this is very handy in case you just want to get rid of the null values from your array elements. Now if you want to use flatten, then merge arrays of arrays inside single array. So here is my nested data, so let's create that with the group 1, and here is we have 1 2, and then we have another value 3 4, and here we have a 5 empty array, and then we have 6 7 values in for the group 2. And now we created a data frame called df nested. Here spark.create, provide the nested data, and then we say group for this column, and then nested array for these values. Now we can go ahead and print, and I'm going to show you the data first, and then we will go from there. And here you can see that we have group here, and then we have nested arrays, and you can see right there, so these are nested arrays, and you can see right there also nested inside another array here. So you see parentheses on top of that, that's what make them a nested. Great, now we know we have nested array, and we can experiment. What we are going to use, we are going to use some merge nested arrays by using flatten. So here's I'm creating a new data frame called the df flatten, and df nested, that's my original data frame right here that we created by using this data. Now we are selecting group nested array column, 2 columns, then I'm saying flatten. So I'm using this function, and on which column? In this column that I just created. Okay, so this one. So this is the one I'm applying flatten on it, and alias as a flattened, and then I'm printing this df underscore flatten dot show. So once I do that, what it's going to do is going to take those nested arrays and flatten them. So right here you see that we have nested arrays, and it was 1 2 3, and then another 1 2 3 4, and this was also inside these brackets, the square brackets, so it was nested, and you can see this is the values, but they are nested with this another array. So when we did the flatten, it took all those values 1 2 and then 3 and 4, and just put in one array. So you see that it's flattened that entire multiple arrays into one array. So sub nested arrays were flattened, so you can see the values right there. Okay, great. So flatten is very helpful. Now if you want to do array zip, what that will do, it will combine multiple arrays element wise into the struct types. So here is my pair 1, and you can see that I have 1 2 3, that's my array right there, and then I have another array of string values or character values, and the A B C. Then I have pair 2, and then I have this array 10 and 20, and then the value for the string or is the character is x. So I have this data sample data called the data zip. Now if I create this data frame df zip spark.create data frame, use this data frame to create my data underscore zip. I have these 2 columns, actually 4 columns. So I have pair column, then I have num columns, that's num arrays right there, and then I have char arrays right there. So these are char arrays. So 3 columns I created from this sample data. Now I will show you the output of this. So let's take a look how exactly it will look. It create 3 columns. One is called pair 1 and 2 nums. These are array of numbers, and then we have chars. So I have A B C and this value right there. Now if I want to do array zip, what's going to happen is going to merge numbers characters element wise. So you will see what I'm talking about. It is gonna be like, okay, these will merge with this, and this will merge with this, and this will merge with this, and this will merge with this, and then for 20 we don't have anything, so there will be as is. Now zipped, df zipped, we are creating a new data frame. We have a df zip that we just created with these columns, and now I'm saying select pair. Okay, select these 3 columns as is that we just created, and then I'm applying arrays underscore zip and saying, hey, apply on nums and characters. So here's the nums, and that's array of numbers, and here is characters. So I'm applying on the character array, and that's alias as zipped. And now I'm going to show you df underscore zipped by using show function. So that should do it. Now we execute this code and we should see the results. So here is our original data frame that we just created, and that has nums and charts column with the array values, and here is our zipped. So you can see right there is created an array with the structs, and each struct is a combination of the element from the first nums array and one character element. So it put them together as from here to this one, and from this one to the next, and kept going. So it creates structs out of these 2 arrays, and here as we didn't have the value for after x, so there was only one character. So here we have 2 elements. So what it did, it took 10 with the first x, and then for 20 it just used the null. So this is how you will be able to create the struct types from the arrays as well. I thank you very much for watching this video. There would be scenarios. Please share your scenarios if there is a complex scenario you are facing and you are not able to solve, or you want to just share and enhance our knowledge. We would love to learn from you. I thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.